So today I want to talk a bit about what is magic. So I think the reason there is some confusion about magic is that when you see a trick, usually it's in modern times, it's mostly focused around the element of surprise. So in that way, I define magic as a way to use logic to defy logic, so to surprise someone using the logic. So they see a sequence of events, and at some point something unexpected happens. But I think that's a very limited way to see it. Like, it's practical way to do magic, and some school of thoughts have really embraced this, and they try to erase everything around and keep only that, namely the Spanish school mostly, and they do it very well. Like, they are very experts at this craft, this element of the craft. But I think a deeper side of magic is also the meaning side. So this is more like the Mcbride mystery school side of magic, where the definition is to use illusion to reveal truth. And I think if you combine the two, it's like the yin yang. So it's very good to have an element of surprise, because if you don't have an element of surprise, it's barely magic. And I think if you don't have an element of meaning, it's also not really magic. It's more like a puzzle. So if you do a puzzle, when you find a solution to the puzzle, you are like, wow, that's surprising. Or if you get a scare jump in a movie, that's also an element of surprise. But it's not magic. So one reason it's not magic is that it doesn't use logic to defy logic, except maybe for the puzzle a bit. And the second reason it's not magic is that it doesn't reveal any deeper truth about reality. So I think we should come back to combining the two, like it was in the ancient times, and how it's been for the longest time in history. And if you talk about magic, like for example being about transformation, sometimes you think that something is like, let's do something improvised. So I will do this. I will meet a guy and I will be like, okay, I want you to think of something that's been very difficult for you lately, okay? And we will incarnate this in a black card. So just pick any black card that could fit what you are thinking about. So they will pick, for example, the four of clubs, okay? I'll be like, okay, this is a very good black card for incarnate that, I think, as well. Maybe you can share with me, or you don't have to, it's not a big deal, but I want to reveal to you something, which is that behind this difficulty, you need to remember that you are always a king. So it's very improvised, it's really shit, but the idea is that it's not that difficult to do, and I think that will create a much more profound experience for the participants than just changing a random card to a random card, or just pick any card, blah blah blah, and then I will change it to your card. That's not too bad already. It's better than doing it without making. But what that's interesting to speak about. Why do we have so much use of making someone pick a card? Because we might not. It seems obvious today, but it doesn't necessarily have to be obvious. And the only reason for that is that it creates meaning instantly. So when someone picks a card, they become attached. From the action of picking a card in the present, they become attached, they become invested a bit. So why a trick where someone picks a card is better than if they don't, and it's just you tell them, okay, we'll take a random card, it's this one. That's much less strong than pick a card and they take the same card. Okay, and the reason is meaning. So let's go back to recombining the element of surprise, using logic to defy logic, and the element of meaning, using illusion to reveal deeper truth.